I'm gonna tell you what came next. Spent a little time in Arkham. Did some healing. But the one thing I couldn't heal was my pride. I was stuck inside. Meanwhile, Batman's out there joining the Justice League, revealing his secret identity and building a family. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. So I decided to do a little internal force concentration. Relying on the serum dulled my senses, so I trained. I learned all I could from the lowlifes around me, reconnected with my own family. And I came out the other side of it all. It didn't matter anymore. The revenge, my vows, none of it. And that was when Amanda came a-knocking. Same proposal, different mission. A task force of one. Get in, kill Brainiac, get out. Simple. Or so I thought. Obviously, I wasn't gonna consider my job done till I'd cut off all the heads of the snake. So I went dark. Figured out how to travel between Earths. Killed a few Brainiacs. And found myself here.
This ain't the time, and it sure ain't the place to take on a killer bat.
Choking on bloody bat fumes!
I will be the one who bests you in combat, Batman, not Deadshot.
What is happening in there?
Take the shark, mate! He hasn't even got a bloody costume! You'd be doing us all a favor!
Batman lurks above us.
Please don't kill me, evil Batman! I'm a victim of society!
The real Batman hunting us makes this experience most immersive.
All right, boom is a goner. Oh well.
Always this haunted house bullshit with the bat. Shit, no exit. We better check the emergency doors.
Bats, you clearly got a lot of new issues. Why not punch it out with Deadshot?
hands above us right now.
I think I scented Batman.
Wow, he whomped the hell out of Deadshot. Bats! What would, Albert think of the way you're behaving, huh?
Movement close by. Be ready.
Shark! I ain't responsible for you if you stand under any gargoyles.
He has the advantage of the high ground. This is where I bail out.
Listen to me. You get Flash, I'll pull you out of whatever mess you're in.
My guys picked off one by one. This is all feeling real familiar.
Flash! Now!
Find Flash, don't find bats. Easy. Easy. I am not donating to this museum.
Green Lantern, I have the Flash. Your 4 escaped criminals. They led me right to him. No, not a threat at all. Still, let their corpses strike fear into those who'd resist. Alive. Of course, Brainiac. We're ready for phase.
Hey, boss. Bad news. We found evil Batman. He murdered a bunch of guys and kidnapped Flash, which I guess is the other bad news.
Batman has also trapped us.
I want you back at the Hall of Justice. Go to the other exit and wait for support. While they're out.
I'm Jack Ryder, author, presenter, investigative journalist, curator of the exhibit. I know all there is to know about Batman's greatest feats. This is not a dramatization. We begin at the Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane. Batman had apprehended Joker like so many times before, but this night was different. The Maniac had prepared a trap in the midst of Batman's deadliest foes.
Can you smell the excitement in the air? Ha ha! No? Must have been one of the guards then. Croc, old boy. Is that you?
I've got your scent, Batman. I will hunt you down.
Joker sprang nearly Every killer in Arkham. Don't like to think about it, but at least I made it out.
Great night for a party!
Some party. Batman was able to thwart Joker's schemes, but the seeds of evil planted that day would only grow. As a last resort, Joker used his own experimental Titan mixture. The super serum warped his body to match his twisted mind. But it wasn't enough to defeat Batman. The strong man Bane was secretly imprisoned and experimented on in Arkham's depths to create a powerful new strength serum, Titan. Serial killer Victor Zsasz was let loose on the island, claiming several more lives that night, marked indelibly on his skin. Harley Quinn, once a promising young psychiatrist, she returned to the asylum to terrorize it as Joker's sidekick.
Every gal has a phase they regret. Maybe mine happened to get me consecutive life sentences.
Following the fall of the asylum, Gotham's Skid Rows were turned into the super prison, Arkham City. An urban hell, where the only rules were made by the villain ringleaders and their gangs. I know, I was on the ground, and so was Batman.
The only way to get by in this place is to get ourselves some respect.
Fear! That's how we get respect! Show them all how we do things!
Professor Hugo Strange was the madman pulling the strings behind Arkham City, intending to destroy the prison and its inhabitants. He instead died within its walls.
You certainly know how to keep a girl hanging, Harv.
Court is in session.
Batman and Joker's rivalry finally ended in Arkham City. I don't doubt Batman would have saved the maniac if he could, but the Titan poison ensured this was Joker's last laugh.
I compartmentalized all this in a box, in another box, in a fridge, in a junkyard.
Ra's al Ghul, head of the League of Assassins, was obsessed with making Batman his successor. But Al Ghul underestimated Batman, and it would be his downfall. Professional killer Deadshot was hired to assassinate several VIP targets, like myself, and Bruce Wayne and Batman. Close calls with death that night. Talia al Ghul, once second in command of the League of Assassins. Sadly, the spark between her and Batman was extinguished at Joker's last stand, along with her life. Victor Freeze, this brilliant but cold scientist, would do anything to protect his wife Nora, whether that meant opposing or aiding Batman. Jarvis Tetch, the Mad Hatter, a real head case, a hypnotist fixated on fantasies. The only thing he sought more than his Alice was to control Batman. Basil Karlo, Clayface, worked for Joker, impersonating the criminal mastermind who hid behind Solomon Grundy wasn't just a nursery rhyme. Penguin discovered this legendary monster under the Iceberg Lounge and put him to use as rancid, undead muscle. The city's darkest hour was yet to come. Gathering Batman's remaining foes into an unholy alliance, the crazed Scarecrow plunged Gotham into a waking nightmare.
Welcome to Gotham, the city of fear. You thought Arkham. But like all submerged, forgotten fears, eventually I returned. My fire crew was trapped, but we owe Batman our lives. He just kept pushing himself past the limit.
Batman turned back the tide of fear, reclaimed the city. But at what cost? In defeating Scarecrow, his identity was revealed to the world. In the end, Ivy was more plant than person, yet she chose to help the people of Gotham. She sacrificed herself to neutralize Scarecrow's toxin clouds with plant life.
Oh, Red. Why'd you have to sacrifice yourself for the greater good?
The pyromaniac Garfield Lynns thought he could indulge in the chaos, striking not just Gotham's buildings, but the fire departments protecting them. Who was the Arkham Knight? The mysterious figure seemed to aid Scarecrow, but vanished after his defeat. I believe his methods were very similar to the vigilante Red Hood. As always, Edward Nygma forced Batman to participate in his riddles, even capturing Batman's sometime ally Catwoman as incentive. Laszlo Valentine is one sick individual, a freakish surgeon whose idea of making his patients better was changing them into featureless dolls. Slade Wilson, the super soldier known as Deathstroke, came to Gotham that night leading a whole militia, but his vendetta was with one man, Batman. I personally investigated Deacon Blackfire, a cult leader who thought human blood made him immortal. Crazy, of course, but he still tried to sacrifice me. Arms dealer, gang leader, the sadistic kingpin Oswald Cobblepot, better known as Penguin, flooded lawless Gotham and Blackgate with weapons. Several years after faking his death, Bruce Wayne finally returned, drawn back to the light by the metahuman superheroes from Metropolis. They asked Batman to join the Justice League. He accepted. And so, the story of Bruce Wayne, the Batman, continues, far from the mean streets of the city that made him. I'm Jack Ryder. Thanks for taking this journey with me.
Guess that's why he never visited me in jail.
Hey, Waller, we're at the exit. Are you gonna spring
Ah, shit! It's a ghost!
Are the spirits of your ancestors typically digital?
What's she doing now? Trying to give us the brain spasms?
She cracked the lock. Thank you, strange holographic girl.
You guys, ghosts are real.
You ate a lot of lead paint growing up, didn't you, Boomerang?
Yeah? And? Let's get back to the hall before Waller turns our heads to hamburger.
Or we could go on the Batman experience again.
You'll find lanterns set up in some bullshit-ass construct castle.
You jealous, Deadshot? You sound jealous.
Lantern's fortress is very impressive, but our orders are to return to the Hall of Justice, not marvel at his powers.
Come on, spill, Floyd. You and the real Deadshot a double act or something? Mistaken identity? Hey? What's the deal?
The deal is, you keep asking and I'm gonna put these size 11s up your narrow ass.